Welcome back to Mindset Monday on the Arkitect Fitness YouTube channel. My name is Tony, and today we're going to be talking about something I like to call the motivation lie. A while back, I realized that far too many people are relying on motivation to see them through to their fitness results instead of dedication. Now, we use those two terms almost interchangeably sometimes, but they are not the same thing. So before we really get into this, let's first look up the definition of both of these words. Okay, so first we're going to look at the definition of motivation. The first definition, the act or instance of motivating or providing with a reason to act in a certain way. The second definition, the state or condition of being motivated or having a strong reason to act or accomplish something. Now, this might seem like it applies to fitness, but there's something that really sticks out to me about the definition of this word, which is the act or instance in that first definition, or the state or condition in that second definition. State or condition, that would be like the condition of being happy, the state of being angry, or the state of being sad. What do all those things have in common? They come and go. We're not sad all the time. We're not angry all the time. We're not happy all the time, unfortunately. Just like those other emotions, motivation can come and go. But as most people know, the real secret to achieving your fitness goals is consistency. So if we're relying on something that can come and go, just like any other emotion, we probably can't rely on it to be consistent because we're not going to be motivated all of the time. All right, now let's look at the definition for dedicate. To set apart and consecrate to a deity or a sacred purpose. Definition 2, to devote wholly and earnestly as to some person or purpose. Now, what do you notice about the definition of this word? They're talking about a sacred purpose, a deity, or devote wholly and earnestly to a purpose. It's a lot more impactful. It's a lot more meaningful. It's a lot more long-term. And for the life of me, I really can't think of something more sacred to devote yourself to than your life, your health, and your well-being. Now, I know technical definitions aren't the end-all, be-all of a subject, but I just think that the language really shows the big difference between being motivated and being dedicated. So why do I call it the motivation lie? Does that mean being motivated is bad? Well, no, but this ties in part to responsibility. A lot of times we have clients coming into the gym that will say things like, I just need someone to tell me what to eat and I'll just happily follow that plan blindly. Or I just need someone to kick my ass and just totally work me hard on these workouts. Or people that'll say, I really prefer a group atmosphere for my workouts because it's more motivating to me. And what do you notice about all three of those things? They're taking the responsibility that should be theirs and placing it on other people or other things. So that's why motivation is a lie. The fitness industry kind of sells you on the idea that you need to be motivated. And motivation can help, but it can't be the only thing that you're relying on to achieve the goals that you have. But think about it. People are always looking for a motivational video to watch before they work out, motivational music to listen to while they train, motivational memes and posters, motivational workouts. Go find anyone that's highly successful at anything, be it fitness or otherwise, and they will tell you they didn't get by just on motivation. They decided that they were dedicated to something because they were thinking logically about why they wanted that outcome, and then they dedicated themselves to achieving that outcome. Motivation comes and goes. If you're looking for motivation to get started, you are going to fail because even if you find it, it's not going to carry you through that far. Now, what does it mean to be dedicated to something? Well, it really just means you're putting that as either the top priority or one of your top priorities. That means you are willing to sacrifice other things because you're dedicated to getting to that goal or that outcome. So what are some things that you might sacrifice if you're dedicated to improving your health or reaching a certain performance goal? Well, you might sacrifice sleeping in. You might sacrifice eating whatever you want, whenever you want. You might sacrifice sitting on the couch and binge watching TV when you should be up and getting in steps or just being more active or even going to the gym. You might sacrifice staying out late on a Friday night and drinking, instead going home and getting some rest so you can be well rested for the next day and hit your macros, your nutrition, or whatever. Well, most people think that they're lacking motivation to go to the gym or hit their macros or just live a generally more healthy and active lifestyle, what they're really lacking is responsibility. And that's why motivation is a lie. You don't need to be motivated. You need to take responsibility and dedicate yourself to a specific end result. I often tell my clients, if I relied on being motivated to exercise and track my macros, I probably would rarely do it. Creating long-lasting change in your physique, your performance, or whatever your fitness goal is takes a long time to accomplish. And anything that takes a long time to accomplish is going to require consistency and constant effort. You're not going to be able to do a little bit here and a little bit there and then magically get to your result. And using the money metaphor that we so often do, this would be like going to work 1 or 2 days a week and then wondering why you can't save any money. Every day that you go to the gym when you're supposed to, every day when you live an active lifestyle like you're supposed to, every day that you track your macros and hit them like you're supposed to, you are literally making a deposit in the bank account of your lifespan. And any day that you're not doing the things you're supposed to, you are making heavy, heavy deductions. Think of motivation like a credit card. You can use it to get by or add a little something extra here and there, but you cannot live on it. Motivation is a lie because you're depending on an external source to make a change in you. Dedication is the truth because you are relying on yourself to take responsibility and get the outcome that you want. I can be dedicated every single day. I can't always guarantee that I'm going to have something to motivate me externally. Now, what's really interesting about this is we think of motivation as being a good thing, but in reality, it's kind of a trick because it's going to run out really quickly. And on the flip side, responsibility really seems like a drag and something we tend to avoid. But in the long run, it actually equals freedom. When you take responsibility, when you take control of your life, you get to determine the outcome. You don't have to rely on me. You don't have to rely on your friends. You don't have to rely on your family. You don't have to rely on anything. You get to determine the outcome. When you take responsibility, you get to live the life that you want to live, and you don't have to depend on anybody else to get the outcome that you want. Dedication equals responsibility equals freedom. Now, before we wrap things up, I want to talk about the difference between motivation and inspiration because they're not the same thing. And while I am hesitant to use motivation, I do like inspiration quite a bit. Inspiration is someone showing you that a thing can be done and inspiring in you the confidence that you can do it too. And motivation is a short-term spark that might get you to take action, but you will soon thereafter run out of fuel. Inspiration gives you the idea. Motivation gives you a little energy boost, but dedication is what's going to see you through to the end. And so now you might be thinking, great, so now I can't even be motivated. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Well, the thing that's going to help you stay dedicated or be dedicated in the first place is to find the true reason why you think you want a specific outcome. I know why I am dedicated to getting out of bed in the morning and going to the gym. I know why I'm dedicated to tracking my macros and hitting my goals every single day as best I can. My why comes in the form of having gone through a hellish year where I wasn't sure how much longer I was going to be on this planet, and I decided that I had been wasting way too much time not living the life that I wanted to live. And to be perfectly honest with you, the routine I'm keeping right now isn't exactly the life I'd want to be living either, but I know that this is what I have to do temporarily to get to my long-term goal. So I stay dedicated to these habits and these practices so I can reach that goal. I can't tell you what your why is or what it should be. That's for you to decide. But make sure that you are being 100% honest with yourself, because if you're not, your why is not going to hold up and you will not stay dedicated to your goal. So that's it for Mindset Monday. I would love to hear from you guys and what you think about motivation and dedication. Am I totally wrong on this one? What motivates you, or why are you dedicated to your goal, or what do you find inspiring? Post in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. And I will see you guys on Friday for Food Friday.